a cesspool for a bunch of dudes with issues who just get on here and rant and rave, and then they attract a bunch of other people with similar issues, and then they all just sit around in their echo chamber ranting and raving and pointing the finger and blaming everybody else. You know, the same thing the pro-blacks do. You got a lot of that with these red pill dudes as well, man. So I do believe that a bunch of these red pill dudes are hurt, and I do believe that a bunch of these red pill dudes don't want to be accountable for whatever decisions they may have played in whatever relationship that has allowed for them to get hurt, to where they are now red pill and going on a strag hunting mission every chance they get. Another thing I think is I don't think these dudes do any of these young guys any favors, man. It's one thing if you're talking this red pill stuff in terms of trying to help young dudes pick better mates, or at least get themselves together so that they can hopefully attract a higher caliber mate.
Men ask women out. Women pick mates.
I don't really ever see, when I tune into some of this red pill content from various YouTubers,
Men don't initiate relationships. If a man, okay, unless it's rape. So
I don't really ever see too much of those type of discussions taking place. Majority of the time, it's just always non-stop blame the black woman for this, blame the black woman for that.
you're talking about SYSBM, red pill and mix out and all that stuff. That doesn't revolve around a race. That's not a race issue.
And I don't know how that's gonna how that's gonna help some young dude in his early 20s who's trying to go out there and figure out life and women, if all he ever do is get a bunch of messages from a bunch of old heads who are still rolling around in their fields because they got hurt 20 years ago. Like, I don't know I don't know how that's helping. You know what I'm saying? Other than to fuel the anger and the animosity that they have towards black women. Even though in their real life, they might not even be dealing with these type of chicks or coming across these crazy deranged chicks that a lot of these red pill dudes claim to exist all over the place. You know, I don't know how any of that's helping. You know what I mean? Other than to boost one's YouTube channel, their views, and their monetization efforts. I don't know how any of this is having a significant impact in real life. Meaning the dude goes out there and listens to somebody feed them strag content all day long, and I'm like, this dude's like in his 20s. I don't know how that's gonna help this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he gonna go out into the world and just view all women as potential strags, like from the jump, without even giving women a chance to show who they are before they start casting judgment onto these women? Or are they just giving these dudes an excuse to just remain non-competitive and, you know, just do the bare minimum, so that when they do get turned down or rejected or whatever, they can always blame the strag? You know, I don't know what the agenda is with a lot of these dudes, other than making some money, because this is what people tune in to hear on YouTube. I don't see the intrinsic value.
You got paid to make this video.
Beyond collecting some YouTube coins. Like, I just don't see it.
I don't know, bro.
But I feel that way about a lot of things on YouTube. I feel that on YouTube, it's a lot of that, black YouTube, where people just...
I'm going to get to the comments, because, I mean, I don't even see how this is even a race thing. The majority of MGTOW red pill dudes are white. I mean, I don't... Let's just get to the comments. I'm sure I'm in here somewhere. And I think your audience is not young 20-year-olds. I think some people in here, honestly, bro, Then later on in this live stream, you started talking about how game. You started talking about game, basically. How young bucks should know how to talk to women, or learn how to talk to women. Bro, we're older than that. We've already been through all that. We're talking about after you've already been through that and already had experiences, already been through intimacy. You're talking about high school shit. Most of us that watch this content, we're older than that. You're too old for this. We're not talking about getting rejected in high school. We're talking about already been in relationships. What happens once that happens? I hate when people ask who hurt you. Let's see, I literally name every single female that hurt me. How does it help the overall issue? Quite frankly, asking who hurt you is no different than calling a man gay as an insult. Here goes me. This is why I in the YouTube and Hell by the Dashboard Light has yellow fever, as they call it. Because unlike the West, Asians don't have game, quote unquote. They have strong nuclear families. Red pill men value families, not just culture of having game. Game is not going to give you a strong nuclear family. When they ask you what women hurt you, they're admitting how misandric some females are. Right. Yes, this guy got paid a measly $5 to use shaming tactics. I mean, it's like I said before in my last video. If I made a video dooming and glooming and acting hurt and begging for attention, y'all wouldn't like that any more than me being honest. So, like I said, nobody can really just sit up here and say, well, I'm wrong or prove me wrong. People can just hate what I say on here. That's all it really is. It's never... No one has any real argument with me, really. And then if I can get on here and talk about... I can sit up here and roast Lamar, for example. Because that's the popular thing to do, right? Yeah, but when I do it, it's not... It's based on me being realistic. It's based on me being honest about the dude. About him being... Nobody can really trust him. He'll turn on everybody. Just for a fun roast. That when I said that was coming from the heart. That wasn't me roasting Lamar because everybody else roast him. Because everybody's butthurt because they can't roast as good as he can, or they're not as funny as he is. So me, it's coming from a different place. Red pill has nothing to do with women at all. It's called something totally different a while ago. It's called thinking outside the box. Been married for almost 34 years. Not bad for a hurt dude, right? Yeah, I mean, these guys, we're talking about well-experienced men who have experiences with women. This is not... And I'm not sitting up here saying all women are bad. I'm just saying that in Gee Lowery's logic, him using a who hurt you shaming tactic is like me telling a woman, well, why don't you find a man who doesn't like food and sex? I'm just saying, like, why don't you go find a 40-year-old virgin man who doesn't have any experience with women, so there's no way he can hurt you, or some bullshit like that. Or if she gets with the wrong dude, better yet, here's a more realistic one. If she gets with the wrong dude and he's giving her a black eyes every night, and she cries to me about it, she cries to me about men, I ask her, who hurt you? Okay? But because women don't have to be responsible for any of their actions, I guess I won't be asking that question. Because like I said before, men don't initiate relationships or sex unless it's rape. We ask the woman out, and they say yes or no. That's how it's always been. So when this dude is sitting up here talking about, or better yet, getting paid to talk about subjects like this, he's coming from a place of ignorance, and he's talking about high school years. We're on here talking about grown man shit. Men don't initiate relationships. So when you talk about finding a high caliber woman, well, that high caliber woman, quote unquote, whatever the fuck that means, will have to say yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Peace out.